Hi, everybody. Before getting to another great interview, please do me a favor and subscribe. We would really appreciate the help. Now, here comes that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. Really excited today. I've got actress and author Cerina Vincent with me. So, welcome, Cerina.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you on the show. I've been a fan of yours for a while. It's weird because, it's kind of that time period now where it seems like it's been a long time and really fast too.
Right. Well, I know it for me too. Like, I feel like I was 20 like 5 minutes ago in like some of my, on my first series and some of my first big movies. And that is not true.
I know. Tell me about
it. So.
25 years ago, I had the best hair and then gone.
25 years ago, I had the best hair too. And I'll tell you, I still have a lot of hair, but I can't take credit for that. It's my family. I come from a family of good hair.
Yeah, that's good genes. So we have to talk about this new book that you've created, but I want to start by asking, what got you into the entertainment business? What made you want to become an actress?
Well, okay, so I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada. My mother was a dance teacher. So I had a dance studio actually in the back of my house, growing up from the time I was, born. So I grew up with a love of the arts and performing, and we had an attic full of costumes in our house. And
nice.
So it was just, I grew up in this family that celebrated the arts. When I was 12, I was at a theater ensemble. So we
That's early.
Community plays, and if you're not in the play, you were making the costumes or designing the sets or running the light board. And I fell in love with being on set and being like on stage, backstage, all of it at a very young age. So when I came out to Los Angeles, well, first of all, I always wanted to be an actor. I didn't know how. Like, I didn't know how one went from watching Saved by the Bell to being on.
Right.
So I moved to LA with no money. I didn't know a soul. I started college, and just pretty quickly got myself an agent, and here we are today.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that it's supposed to happen that quick though.
I don't know. I think, but here's the interesting thing about the entertainment business is there's no one way to do something. There's no right way to do something. It's everybody's story and everybody's path is different. This was mine. I was in college. I was in theater class the first week of school, and I walked up to they had like a Hollywood agent that came to the class to talk. And I just walked right up to him and asked him if he'd be my agent. Just, I was fearless. It was 18, fearless. I said, for modeling and acting, because I was modeling a little bit too then. And he was like, if you want to be a model, I can't help you. If you want to be an actress, then come read for me. I was like, I want to be an
actress. I'm very jealous that you were able to do that at a young age, because not that I want to be an actor, but I would not have the courage to just walk up when I was 18 and say,
yeah,
how about being an agent?
It's interesting. I don't know why that I did. I was a very shy kid. I was I had this like intense drive to this is gonna sound obnoxious. Okay. I mean, let me rephrase this. I had this I love life, and I want to like do big things and do special things and make people's lives better, and just extract all like the love and the beauty out of life as I can. So like the thought of like a mediocre, just boring watching reruns of Little House on the Prairie or something for the rest of my life is like my like a nightmare to me, like I had this intense drive to do something with my life that was not ordinary. And I was shy and I was insecure and I was naive and I was all those things. But I think it was that like intensity. Like I have to like, I remember growing up in Vegas, I remember thinking like, I feel like I'm like claustrophobic. Like I need to go. I need to like get to the coast. And, yeah. And I still feel that way. I still feel like this business is hard. It's really hard. But like, I'm not stopping. Like, it doesn't scare me. It's just like, gotta just keep going.
I think you've had such a fascinating career because you did the Power Ranger thing, kind of the superhero thing. Then you've done Scream Queen, if I can use that term, type of movies, right? Course, and then you've been a Disney mom. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, that's a very interesting career.
Thank you. I think so too, especially because like after Power Rangers, my agents were like, nobody cares about Power Rangers. Nobody cares about that. Like that doesn't really count.
Incorrect.
That doesn't count. They're totally incorrect. That doesn't count as a TV show in like this industry's mind. We need to like sex you up a bit. And so then I did this huge movie called Not Another Teen Movie where I was definitely a sexy type of a role. And then after that, I was in a cabin, and then they're like, oh, well now, okay, you took your clothes off in that movie. Now you can't do it again. You can't just be known as the sexy girl. I'm like, oh, you just told me to sex it up. Okay, now I'm not supposed to be sexy, right? And then I do this big horror movie, Cabin Fever, and it like really changed my whole career.
Yeah.
Put me on the map in that genre. And then they're like, now you can't do any more horror movies. You're just going to be known as the girl who does horror movies. And okay, you'll never be a Disney mom if you keep doing horror movies. And then now I'm a Disney mom. So like, I do feel like and again, this isn't like, I didn't choose this. You audition for everything and you just get what you get, right?
Yeah.
At least as an actor, like me in my position, I'm not an A-list actor. I am a working actor that has a fan base and like a little following. I don't get
big following, but okay.
Well, mediocre, but a middle. No, not mediocre. I don't want a mediocre life. Average size following. Anyway, I don't get to choose what I do. I audition for everything and I pray I get all of the jobs because I fall in love with all of the characters and I get what I get. And so those were the jobs that I've like, that is my resume among a bunch of other things, dozens of other things. And that is my body of work. And I hope that I continue to do all of the things, horror, comedy, more Disney moms, Nickelodeon moms, whatever, all of it. I love it all.
Well, now that you're, once you're in Disney, you're like a Disney kid forever.
That's what they say, but like, I'm still waiting for them to call me.
See, here's what I think though. Don't you think it needs to go full circle and now you need to get back to your superhero roots and do a Marvel movie or maybe Star Wars?
I love you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, from your podcast to God's ears. Yes, please. I do actually think I do. I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. I'll make some calls.
Thank you.
We'll get that done. Well, so I want to talk about the book, but I did want to mention that you were on a show called Gary Unmarried. Mm-hmm. And that was my wife and I. It was one of our favorite shows. It came and went too soon.
I know.
Or too fast.
Jay Moore. Yep.
And it was Jay Moore. And I just wanted to mention that one because I don't think that show gets talked about enough. And it was a really good show.
Thank you. I had a really fun guest star on that show.
Yeah. You were great on it.
Do you want to hear a funny story about that?
Please.
I went to that audition. Again, this is back when we were auditioning in person. Now since COVID, all from home. Right. But I went to that audition, and like it was just one of those months where it was like appointment after appointment after appointment. And you're driving around the city and you're memorizing all of this material, and you're exhausted. And then when you don't get anything, when you don't like book the job, you start getting discouraged. And I went in and I read for that, and nobody even looked at me when I was in the room. Like they just didn't even look up.
Yeah, I would have trouble with that.
I was like, excuse me, hi, and did the scene again, and I felt like I nailed it, and I was like, there's nothing, no love. I got no love in the room, and I left, and I just like threw the sides into the back of my car, and I cried. I was like, it was having one of those days. And then like 5 seconds later, I got the call that I booked the job. I was like, whoa, what? It's just like one of those moments in this business where like, sometimes you like have a really strong gut feeling that like, you're going to get something, and like, this is my role. And I've had that a lot. And then some things like that happen where you're like, nobody even paid attention to me. And then you get the job, and
you give them some feedback after. You're like, let me give you a little feedback about how you're doing your auditions.
Yeah, that was great. Would have been nice. They're just like, thank you.
Yeah, that I don't think I'd have done well if they didn't look up. I'd be like, well, this is pointless, and just
like there was a camera rolling, so like they were, you know what I mean, and they're busy, and like I understand. Actually, I don't, but I do. But anyway, I remember that whenever I think I'm not getting the attention of someone that you never know. Yeah. But that was a fun show, really fun show.
Yeah, I thought so too. And it was on for a little while, but just not enough.
Yeah,
really enjoyed that one. All right, so let's talk about the author side. Yeah. So you have written several books before you got into children's books. How did you get into writing?
I've always felt like it's always been a hobby. It wasn't something that I thought that I could actually make money at. 10, 15 years ago, I was started to write. I sold a little indie horror movie with a co-author. I started writing, and I got some good feedback, like I got a script option, and things like that. And then my girlfriend, Jody Lipper, and I, my co-author, we wrote a book series called How to Eat Like a Hot Chick, How to Love Like a Hot Chick, and Live Like a Hot Chick from HarperCollins, where we redefined.
My wife loves those books, by the way. She read them when they came out. Loves.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy.
She was very jealous that I was talking with you today, because she's not very good at recognizing people from acting. But now books, she knew.
Well, that's cool. Well, first of all, one of the first parts in the definition of hot chick in that book is women, like it's empowering for women, where it's not, we don't compete with each other, and we're not jealous, and all of those things. And it was really important to us that we redefined that term hot chick to not be about the way you look, but be about like an inner confidence and like just bonding towards women. So I love you to your wife. Tell her I love her.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you now.
She's reading our books and liking our books, and I appreciate it.
Well, and what you said, it kind of fits why she liked those books so much. So she's kind of a bigwig with Live Nation. She's put a couple of decades into that job and risen through the ranks. And one of the things that she complains about, or not really complains, but that bothers her, is that a lot of times you always hear about how difficult it is for women to be promoted and to kind of break through that glass ceiling. But one thing that doesn't get talked about enough is a lot of times it's other women that can be kind of an obstacle that you have to negotiate because they don't support each other.
Yeah.
And she complains about that. So one of the reasons she really loved your books was because it was all about empowering and supporting other women. So she really enjoyed that.
When women come together, like, we're unstoppable. Yeah. I really think that. And at the time we wrote the books, there was a lot of like catty stuff going on in tabloids. I'm sorry, my computer is doing this like weird thing with the lighting. It's going in and out. So catty stuff like with between women and tabloids, and like the celebrity's too skinny, the celebrity's too fat, all that shit. So that was like this was the opposite of that. It was telling all women, like, you're beautiful, eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Stop
Well,
going
yeah,
on
and it
fat
was
diet.
funny. You did it in a very, kind of a humorous way. I thought that was really good.
Thank you. So now,
Now so the new children's book is Everybody Has a Belly Button.
everybody has a belly button. Yep.
Yeah, and I've read it. I'll tell you this. This is how you know that it's a good book, because I'm sure you don't know. You're waiting to hear what I have to say. So I read it to the grandkids. All right, I've got 4 grandchildren. I read it to, and they're all under 3. Right, they're little. So if you can hold their attention, first of all, it's a pretty good book. So they sat still, listen to the book, love the artwork, which is another good indication. And they love the fact that it rhymed. So good book.
Yes. Thank you. Do you have a hard copy, or did you just do the PDF?
No, just did it online.
Okay, you need to get a hard copy.
I'll get one. Yeah, okay. I'll absolutely get one, because we have to have that in the house. We'll probably get several, because we'll be getting them for the parents as well. It's
I want this book. I want this book in the hands of every child, not for me, but for every child. Yeah. Because I do think it's important, and it's a teeny tiny for those of you listening. Everybody Has a Belly Button is a teeny tiny conversation starter about skin color, race, and equality that teaches our babies about our similarities and our differences the same way we teach them about where their little body parts are, where their eyes, nose, belly button, toes. And it was inspired by, my own child, but also the murder of George Floyd. Yeah. I was watching that horror go down on television, and while I was teaching my baby, literally he was in the high chair, and we were doing those little games, and I thought, what am I doing right this second to teach him, start the conversation about skin color and racism? And I thought, well, I am not doing anything. Really, I hadn't started anything. He was 14 months old. So I wrote this book for him. I wrote the poem for him. I didn't know that it would be a book. Like, I wrote the poem for him, sent to some people, and some people were like, this is really great. Like, this could be a children's book. And so I sent it to my agent, and here we are today. And I found, and speaking of the art, I found this beautiful artist. It was important for me to have a woman, important for me to have a Black woman. And she is so good. Her name is Zoe Hunter. And it's just, the art is magical. It really is.
She's so talented, but also pretty young.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, it was such a terrific book. And I can tell you, I'm reading it with, Wednesdays are my day with the grandkids. So I had all 4 of them, and we're sitting kind of reading the book. And it's a very diverse group. We're a diverse group, and they love that. They were matching each other up with the pictures on the page, and they clapped and just absolutely loved it. So it's the perfect book.
Get your book. If you want to send us a video of you reading to your kids, that would be so fun.
I can do that.
Like on our Instagram and stuff. I want to do that. Like I want. Yeah.
Oh, you should do that, because I'm sure there's tons of stories like that.
I mean, I caught my own child. So going back to the rhyming, rhyming actually is proven to, increase early literacy and all of that. Yeah. It helps kids learn how to read. And so I have a 3-year-old, and he's 3 now. He was 14 months when I wrote it, but he's 3 now. And I caught him reading it to his little honey, to his lovey. He was sitting in his rocking chair, and he was like, everybody has a belly button, turning the pages, and, because he's memorized it. And I mean, we hadn't had it. Well, we hadn't had the book for that long, but he's heard the poem for, I guess a couple years now. So he has it memorized, but it does. Yeah. It'll help your kids learn how to read too.
Yeah. No, it's so good. So it's the different colors all aglow make everybody special like a rainbow. I love it. I love it. And they did too, because it repeats that several times in the book. So they clap every time we got to that.
Oh, I love it so much. And that is this a bit, people can see this podcast too, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's like a little picture of the art, like a rainbow.
I mean, it's so good. So good.
Yeah. And it's working with Nico now, with my child. Like he's understanding, oh, we all have different skin, and we are also all the same.
Yeah.
And like,
I think it's it's a very timely book. It's coming at a really good time, and it's something that there's not much out there for that age group to talk about that.
No, there's that book, Anti-Racist Baby, which is really great. There's a few books, and I have that one. But this is just like, I think that kids need a library. They don't need just like one book. They need a library of books that talk about the stuff, so they're getting it over and over and over again. So we can raise a new generation of non-racist assholes. Can I say that?
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you, I've got.
What? Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you. I'm just.
Well, okay. So I was going to tell you, my son, who does all the hard stuff for this podcast, all the editing, all of that, is a librarian. So he took it to his head librarian, and she's ordering the books for the county library.
Are you serious? Oh
yeah.
God, I want to cry. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. So part of what he does is on the weekends he reads to younger kids. So he'll read those books.
Oh my God, will you please send
we'll send you some videos
of all of the stuff. Oh my God, I'll give you my number. You can just text it to me. It'll be easy.
Yeah. No problem.
Wow. That is special.
Yeah, no, it's a fun book. And you did a terrific job finding an artist that can convey what you're writing. It went hand in hand. I thought that was really good.
Oh, 100%. And I found her online on Instagram.
Yeah.
We reached out to a lot of artists, and everybody said no because the pay wasn't great. And so I found her online. I found her on Instagram.
Did she know you from your acting?
No.
Yeah, that makes it even better.
Yeah, no, she like, I introduced myself and told her like who I am and like what I've done and that. I searched the hashtag. There's a hashtag called drawing while Black. And I searched that hashtag and I went through a bunch of artists, and like she drew babies so beautifully. Yeah. And the babies are so cute. and she does this like this watercolor thing that's like, it's so whimsical. I felt like it would match the words. And now when I have it, I would hold it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a real book. We did it.
Yeah. I love the watercolor. My wife paints, so I know a little bit about it. But I cannot.
Cool family.
Yeah, we've got a nice. Well, yeah, we've got it. We actually do. I'm the least cool of the bunch, but I appreciate all the artistic stuff. I'm just the one that gabs all the time.
Hey, you need someone with a gift of gab. You do.
But according to her, Zoe, very talented. Because she can recognize she does stuff with watercolors and stuff. So she was appreciative of some. And we looked her up, so we checked out some of her other.
Oh, I love that.
Stuff. Yeah.
I love that.
I think it would be really cool if she was secretly like a Yellow Power Ranger fan, but didn't want to tell you. And then she got phone. She's like,
maybe she's. I mean, maybe she is. We sort of we wanted the book to come out as soon as possible. So like any conversation we had was like just about work.
Yeah, it was professional.
But yeah, very professional. And I remember her mom messaged me one day and was like, "Oh, we just saw you on 2.5 Men on the rerun of 2.5 Men. That's so fun."
That's cool. Yeah. No, I love the book. So what kind of response have you been getting now that it's out there?
Well, it hasn't officially come out yet. It comes out next Tuesday. So this is like the beginning.
It's just starting. Okay.
I haven't actually got, you know what? You have given me the most feedback so far.
Really?
Because we're just starting this process. And so hearing that your grandkids love it just from the PDF version, and that your wife loves it and your son loves it and they're in the business, and blah, 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 makes me feel good. And I mean, actually, I have a lot of wonderful, beautiful endorsements from doctors and pediatricians and therapists and things like that. But nobody's gotten to like hold it in their hand yet. So I'm excited for all the little babies to like have it in their hands.
I love that. I love that. And I think it's going to do so well. Do you have plans to write a sequel?
I've already written it.
I knew it.
I wrote a book called so they're not published yet. And I haven't even talked to my editor about it yet. So I have 2 more written already.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll see. One about love, how much you love your kids. I love you, up, 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 it's called. And I
like that.
Another one about missing your kids. Like, you know, our work is weird as actors, right? We're like here all the time.
Right.
And we like go away for like big chunks of time. And that's very confusing for a child.
Sure.
But it's not just actors and writers. Like, it's like whatever, like police officers that work the graveyard shifts, any mother the nurse that's gone for 12 hours a day, 4 days a week, and misses her kids waking up, misses her kids' whole wake time window. There's so many parents that go to work and have to explain that to their kids. So it's the same kind of deal written in rhyme, but talking the kids through, like, every parent has to work, but we're going to come back. No, we leave and we come back.
I think that's actually a really good one, because it's really confusing on the kids. My oldest and her husband is he's in the National or the Air Guard. He's in the Air Guard. So he's gone at times for big chunks of time, and the kids are so little, really difficult on them. Although better now, because we have all these ways to communicate now. That helps a little, but I think having that type of book, where it can talk directly to kids and kind of, I don't know, it kind of shows them that it's not just them. Other people are going through that as well.
Thank you. Yeah. And I take them through, and I actually list like those in the Army and the Navy, in service, police officers, nurses, doctors. So yeah, well, that one's no one's even read that one yet, but my mom. So
well, if mom liked it, then you're probably okay, because she would tell you.
Yeah, she would tell me.
Yeah. Moms tell. They don't lie. They tell the truth.
Actually, she helped me with this book. She was like, you need to repeat it again in the middle there. You need to go back and say everybody has a belly button.
Moms know.
Right, I do. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, what's that like, getting the feedback, not just from kids, but and not just even from adults, but like people that raised you, that's pretty good. I think that for me would be very exciting if you're connecting with different generations.
Yeah, yes, thank you. My mom and my aunt were trying to sell a line of kids books when I was a kid. They were like writing kids, and I keep saying like, we should resurrect those and like publish those now. And they never actually published anything, but they're really great. So I do value their opinion, because my mother like wrote songs and things. My mother's very creative. Yeah. So I value their opinion. But it's interesting, if you put, I'm their daughter, sister, cousin, niece, whatever, right? I'm this crazy actor writer, not crazy, but just I'm always like got a million things going on. And like, this book is one of the 100 ideas that I have out there and that I'm working on, and like, they almost can't keep track of like what's really happening and what's just in my head. But some of the things in my head become real, like this book. Right. Yeah. So yeah. I always, sometimes I'm like, I'll call my dad. I'm like, Dad, did you watch that movie? He's like, no. I'm like, why? I don't know. He doesn't, he's just like, they're not impressed anymore.
Yeah, see, I get not to that scale, but I get a little of that. When we started the podcast, which has been 3.5 years ago, I went to my parents' house, and I like set it up. I was like, there you go. All you gotta do is click this button. It'll bring up whatever episode. And literally the response I got from both of them was, we talk to you every day.
Oh my God. That's so annoying. I'm like, I have a podcast too called Raising Amazing. I'm mom, dad, brother, sister. Are you guys, do you subscribe? Can you just download my episode? Can you set an alarm and just download the episodes? Maybe. No? You don't
so you get it a little bit. It's the great thing about podcasts is that anybody can do it. The bad thing about podcasts is that anybody can do it. So we've got a very bad rap because there's not a ton of good ones. And yours is really good. You're on there with Dr. Gator.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. We're ending season 2 right now. It's been really fun. I've learned a lot from my own podcast,
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of fun. And I can say that they finally listened. My mother finally listened to an episode, but it was because we had a write-up on PBS, public broadcasting here in West Virginia, and they did a little story on us, and she saw that. And then she came to me like it was news. like this, me doing a podcast was news to her. And I was like, now dang on, Mom. But then I guess that made it real. Then she listened to it.
That's really cool. A write-up from PBS. I have a kids show that I want on PBS that we're pitching right now.
What's it about?
It's about the environment. It's teaching kids how to save the planet. But it's a preschool show, like Daniel Tiger and I like Daniel Tiger, but and Mr. Rogers, but a live action and animated hybrid series about the environment.
That's really good. We need that. The last environment series we had was probably Captain Planet.
Oh my God, you're in our pitch. That's our pitch. It's that was 25 years ago or more now. Captain Planet was 25 years ago. So here's the deal. We've been pitching this show for years, and none of the major networks want to do anything about the environment because 50% of our country doesn't believe in climate change. So they don't want to go there. But we have to talk to our kids about our planet. We have to. And this is done in a really beautiful, magical way. And my sister my sister created a character called Queen Green, where she dresses up like a queen, and she recorded an album. She's a singer, and she goes around and teaches kids about the environment in this live show, singing and dancing, teaching them songs. And we took that live show and we're making it a TV show. The main character being Queen Green.
Yeah, you have to get that. You have to get that made because I've talked about that a few times today. I've been interviewing today, so I've been bringing that up. Is that we are unseasonably warm here in West Virginia today, which feels great. It's in the 70s. It's great, but normally early March we're still in the 30s and 40s. So it's probably not a good thing that and we did that. We've done that all winter, where just these days and weeks pop up where you're 30 degrees higher than what you normally would have. And then it might be 80 one day, a foot of snow the next. Yeah. That stuff's not normal.
It's not okay. My sister is actually an environmental scientist as well. She's an expert. So, and she could tell you why this is not okay and why you're right. And what's going on.
Yeah.
But
that's good. So you've got the expert behind the show now. You can.
Yeah, it's really sweet. I want to talk about it, but it's not sold yet.
You have to come back for that one. When it sells, then you can talk.
Oh my God, you have no idea. It's so sweet. I want to just send you the pitch, just so you can look at it. And
send it.
But anyway, so we actually have it to a production company right now that works really closely with PBS. So fingers crossed. Yeah,
definitely. Fingers crossed. Yeah, because that's the perfect show for PBS. That's and you were probably you're younger than I am, but when you were growing up, during school, they would bring the TV in, and that's what you'd watch was stuff on PBS. They'd roll the TV in, and they'd show PBS shows, because they were kind of educational shows. So that that's the type of shows that today's kids need, I think.
Yeah, so this was originally an educational show. No networks wanted it. Everybody liked the concept, so they kept saying like hide the vegetables, hide the vegetables. So we made it less about the environment and more fun and like crazy and wild and silly. And then and now we're like, wait a minute, no, like let's
Losing the
move
point
back to what the point is, and let's just target PBS and everybody that works with them.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I'll cross my fingers for you, because I know it's not easy getting shows to the point where they're actually made. So that's, I'll even developing the pitch or the the little Bible or whatever that you're bringing, the deck, not easy.
So much work, right? That goes into all the things that like that's the other. If people like listening to this that are fans of the entertainment business, that's also like nobody gets paid for that work. You don't get paid to like do those hours and hours. We're up until 2 a.m. like crafting each little thing and rewriting your log line 1,000 times. So it's perfect, No,
that's all in your own time.
Yes.
I will tell you, you mentioned Daniel the Tiger. My son had to dress up as him once for one of the kids' events at the library, and he said never again, because it's so heavy and they strap you in, and you have this big harness that you have to wear to hold the head. And he I don't know, he didn't know he was claustrophobic, but he's a little claustrophobic.
That's so funny. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, so what's next? You're working on all this stuff. Is there anything else that you're kind of involved in that we can keep an eye out for?
Yeah, I'm writing horror movies now too, because I really want to do another really great horror movie.
Now, let me ask you this though. So you're doing horror movies, because I'm a chicken. So I don't mind being scared. I don't mind, having a little, apprehension. I don't like gore though. So what kind of horror movie are you making? Is it going to be gore?
No, it's going to be more like a Scream meets Game Night.
Oh, I might like that. That could be really good.
Yeah, like horror comedy. Yeah. Okay,
I'm on board with that. If you need, let me throw this by you, because this is my pitch for me to enter Hollywood. This is how I'm going to do it, because I will not be an actor. I would be terrible at that. So my pitch is I want to be the guy in every movie and TV show that dies first. I can't have any lines, maybe a grunt. And then, so my IMDb page would just be dead guy all the way down through there. And to the point that people were like, well, we've got a death early on. We need to get that guy, the dead guy.
Yeah. Okay, if we get this movie made, we're gonna stay in contact, because I want all the videos of all reading the book to all the kids. And
okay, fair.
When we do this movie, we'll figure out how to get you out, and we will kill you.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You could be my entrance into Hollywood. They'll be like, we gotta have the dead guy.
Yeah. How old are you?
52.
You look very young.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet.
52 is young. I thought you were younger than I am, but I'm not there yet.
No. That's what I said. I knew I was older.
But that'll work. That will still work for this movie. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, maybe that would help me get over, my apprehension.
I think you would. If you watch a horror movie with the sound off, it's not scary.
Yeah.
What makes a horror movie scary is the sound, the music.
I think you're right. I can also go back now and watch the 80s horror that I couldn't take when I was young. But now it's different.
It's funny.
It's kind of funny, because of the special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're an expert on this stuff, so.
No, I'm not. I've been doing this for 25 years, but I also have a lot to learn. So I'm trying to like learn and grow and be better every day, and like hustle and create the next thing.
I was about to ask you if there was a genre that you hadn't done that you would like to do, but I think we got to get you back into the superhero thing.
Yes. So I want to get back. I'd love to get into the superhero world. Oh my God, that would be a dream. Yeah. And also, I've never done anything like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Like never done it.
Those are popular now.
Would really love to do something, period.
Yeah. All right. I got some work to do. I'm gonna work on it.
Totally.
Well, Cerina, thank you so much. This has been such a fun time, and congratulations on the children's book, because it's not just, you're not just writing stuff, you're writing important stuff, I think, and that's really great.
Thank you. This was so fun. You're so great. The podcast is great.
Thank you.
If that's all you're contributing to your family, I'm kidding. No, it sounds like you come from a really beautiful family, and like you're doing a really cool thing. And thank you for having me on.
Yeah. You have to come back. We want to hear more of this stuff as you develop it.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. So
give your information to Leah, and then I want to stay in touch about all these things.
Leah knows how to find me.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Leah.
A voice from beyond.
Of course.
Great.
So last thing before I let you go is just where can we get the book, and where can we find you on social media?
Okay. So the book is everywhere books are sold: Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Target, Books A Million. And you can follow me at Cerina Vincent, Cerina Vincent, on Instagram. I am on Twitter, but I'm not really on Twitter, but I am on there too. And
aren't we all now? That's kind of right. We're all on Twitter, but we're not really.
Not honestly on Twitter, yeah. And my book page is at Everybody Has a Belly Button. So I want everybody to follow that too, because I'm posting a lot of like the blurbs and different things, and all the press around the book on that.
Yeah, it's terrific. Yeah, you were really easy to find, actually. I didn't have any trouble finding you. You know how that goes. Sometimes you get you put it in and there's a bunch of nonsense accounts with your name on it.
There used to be, but
there's a few, but you've gotten rid of most of them.
When I was on the Disney show, they got rid of a lot of those. Wait, what is your Instagram right now, so I can look it up right now?
But you can find me under Meister Con.
MEIS.
Yeah, as well as everybody else. They can hunt me down under Meister Con. We're doing it live on the show.
Live on the show. Wait, is this live?
No.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been just a blast, and we'll absolutely do it again.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, hold on one second.
It's from home now because of COVID. So this is the behind the scenes. This is the scene of this podcast I'm doing, Meister Con. If you guys follow him and listen to his podcast, it is awesome, as it says right there. He is awesome. So this is going to be coming out. When's it coming out?
We will put this out next week.
Next week. Perfectly timed for my book. So you guys have to listen. Mwah. There we go. There's some behind the scenes content.
How fun was that? And she was nice enough to do a little plug for us. I hit record there so we could get that on ours as well. So if you were listening and it jumped to, it stopped and then normally it would start back up and it'd just be me talking to you, but it start back up, and Cerina was nice enough to give us a plug. I mean, that's terrific. I hope you guys enjoyed that. What a talented woman. She's a terrific actress, but I think the things that she is doing to teach children, amazing. I'm so, I don't know. It's so in awe of that. That's just terrific. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please go out and support her and her new book, Everybody Has a Belly Button. You will not be disappointed. Terrific writing, beautiful artwork, and just a wonderful, wonderful book. So please go out there and support her on that so that we can get more and bring her back on. That was so terrific. If you haven't done so yet, we really could use the help with our YouTube channel, MeisterCon Pod. If you could subscribe, we would really appreciate that. You can go to our website. It's got all 350 plus episodes, audio and video. on there. I guarantee you'll find tons of people like Cerina that you will love or that you're a fan of. I guarantee it. So definitely check that out. It's got, if we're doing any in-studio events, if we're going on location, if we're covering conventions, all that will be on the website, meistercon.com. Also has a fun, geeky blog from Brett. He is, my opinion, one of the best writers that I've ever come across. So I think you'll enjoy that as well. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.